Okay, we're back for another one. We'll get the big shout outs out of the way before we start. Big shout out Davy and Jane. Davy from Lisburn and Jane. Girls from the Shackle Hospice. Billy and Margaret. Josie and Bill. Stevie and Rita. Caroline. Betty. Anybody else? Can't remember who. Right. We're going to start off. Sabina used to be the national airline of what country? Number 2, Nollywood, that's with an N. Nollywood is the name for the film industry for which country? Nollywood. Here, this is a tough one here. Well, some of you might get it. Don't think Josie or Bill will get it, but this is Stevie might get this one. What is a nickname by which the character Charles Lee Ray, who first appeared in a 1988 film, better known? Okay, so what is the nickname by which the character Charles Lee Ray, who first appeared in a 1988 film, better known? And number 4, who did Nathuram Godse assassinate in 1948? Who did Nathuram Godse assassinate in 1948? Number 5, Laurel Hubbard has been in the news in the last few weeks. What sport does she compete in? Laurel Hubbard. Number 6, Kampala is the capital city of which country? Number 7, according to the rhyme, on which day was Solomon Grundy christened? Okay, so what day was Solomon Grundy christened? And number 8, who wrote the book The Thornbirds? Who wrote the book The Thornbirds? Okay, I'm going to give you the answers, so if you want to hear them, pause it. You want to go back and go over some of them questions? Here's the answers. Sabina used to be the national airline of what country? It was Belgium. Does anybody know what it's called now? There's one for a... I'm not going to give you a point, just amongst yourselves. What's it called now? It's not called Sabina no more. It's called Brussels Airlines. Okay. Nollywood is a name for the film industry in which country? It's Nigeria. And what is a nickname by which the character Charles Lee Ray, who first appeared in the 1988 film, better known? Chucky. So I didn't know this when I done a bit of looking into it. It was Charles Lee Ray. The Charles came from Charles Manson. The Lee came from Lee Harvey Oswald, and the Ray from James Earl Ray. So they took the name from 3 killers there, the name to get Charles Lee Ray. Okay, who did Nathuram Godse assassinate in 1948? Mahatma Gandhi. And Laura Hubbard has been in the news in the last few weeks, and she competes in weightlifting. Number 6, Kampala is the capital city of Uganda. And according to the rhyme, on what day was Solomon Grundy christened? He was born on Monday, christened on Tuesday. And who wrote the book The Thornbirds? Colleen McCulloch. Hey, done a wee quiz, online quiz with Heller and all last week, and I got this here from this here. Some people think that I just come up with these questions, and I don't. I have to hook about for them and read things, and maybe be in an art quiz and get them here. Go on and Google stuff and go on. I don't know them at all. Right. This is cryptic clues for people or characters. Okay, so it could be actresses, actors, sports persons, or singers. And they're cryptic clues, and I'll tell you each one what I'm looking for. Like the first one is start the day in Paris. Start the day in Paris. So it says you'd be a comedian. Start the day in Paris. So who am I looking for? Number 2. This is a film character. A character who's appeared in a film. I think only the one, but of a series of films, but she was a character in one of them. A lot of cats. And don't forget, it's cryptic from a character. Okay, I'm looking for a male person, a male sports person here. A forest full of felines. A forest full of felines. Number 4. This here would be a male singer. Lazy goat. Okay, lazy goat. Hope you know what I'm getting at here. Number 5. Cat on a boating holiday. Cat on a boating holiday. Well, you know what you call a boat if you're going away for a couple of weeks in a boat. You know what you call that. So it's like a cryptic clue to get these. Number 6. American actor. American Car Pursuit. Okay, American Car Pursuit. So if you think of American car and you think of an RDM for a pursuit and you come up with the answer. Okay, this is another character. A character. Filament comics. Office worker from Canterbury. Office worker from Canterbury. And number 8. This is an old actress, like a TV actress. I don't know where she appeared in films, and I don't remember her in a film, but I've seen her in TV sitcoms and TV things. Defrost some cows. Defrost some cows. You probably need to go over some of them again, so pause it and go back, and I'm going to give you the answers. Start the day in Paris. Dawn. French. A lot of cats. Pussy galore. Forest full of felines. Tiger Woods. Lazy goat. Billy Idol. Cat on a boating holiday. Tom Cruise. American Car Pursuit. Chevy Chase. Office worker from Canterbury. Clark Kent. And defrost some cows. Thora Hurd. Okay, hope you've done well there. Some tough ones. They're not tough when you start them, but once you start working them out, you can, they come to you. Okay, round 3. Pocahontas died in which English town? Okay, the way Pocahontas is true, but what town did Pocahontas die in? I think there's a statue of her and all there. Number 2, what is it customary to do when you enter a person's home in Turkey? Okay, so what is it customary to do when you enter a person's home in Turkey? Number 3, what kind of a fruit is a cantaloupe? Number 4, the Scottish confectionery company McCown's specialised in what? Okay, so what did the Scottish confectionery company McCown's specialise in? And number 5, which singer sang the theme song from Footloose, which was called Footloose? And number 6, what is the mountain range that separates Spain from France? Okay, what's the mountain range that separates Spain from France? And number 7, which actor played John Steed in the 1960s TV series The Avengers? Okay, so who played John Steed? What was the actor's name? And the last round, round 3, which female singer from Clonard went solo? Okay, so what was the name of the singer from Clonard who went solo? Okay, so pause them. I'm going to do these quick because I'm on my tea break and I don't want to, in case I get paid for something, I'm on my tea break, so I've given up my cup of tea to do this. Right, Pocahontas died in which English town? Gravesend. And what is it customary to do when you enter a person's home in Turkey? Take your shoes off. And what kind of fruit is a cantaloupe? Melon. And the Scottish confectionery company McCown specialised in what? Toffee and fudge. So if you have any of them too, one of the other, you'll get a point. And which singer sang a theme song from Footloose? Kenny Loggins. And what's the mountain range that separates Spain from France? It's the Pyrenees. And which actor played John Steed in the 60s TV series The Avengers? Patrick McNee. And which female singer from Clonard went solo? Anya. Okay, count them scores up. Okay, here's your song round, and this one's called Novelty Songs, so we've all a bit of a novelty. Which vocalist called himself the Joan Collins Fan Club? Which vocalist called himself the Joan Collins Fan Club? And number 2, on which of Rolf Harris's chart hits would you first have heard a didgeridoo? Okay, so which of one of his songs would you first have heard the didgeridoo? This here one's a tough one. I think Josie will get this one. Don't think Stevie will. You might get this, but this was a good one. How was a Belgian singer Soer? It's hard to say. So how was a Belgian singer Soer better known in Britain? And right, The Scaffold, there was a group called The Scaffold, and they had a song called Thank You Very Much, because they were thanking everybody for everything. What was the first thing Scaffold said thank you very much for? Everybody was singing it now, trying to sing the song. Number 5, what song did the Wurzels base their Combine Harvester song on? Number 6, Laurie Lingo and the Dipsticks had a hit with a spoof version of the song Convoy. There were 2 DJs. Name one of the DJs for a point. Okay, Laurie Lingo and the Dipsticks, they had a spoof version of the song Convoy. And there were 2 DJs. If you name me one of the DJs, you'll get a point. Who got the number 1 in 1958 with Hootsman? Okay, you probably recognise the song from a TV advert. Not one, Hootsman. There's a ghost loose about this house or something. There's a ghost loose about this house. Who was the name of that group? And number 8, which couple helped the Stonkers have a hit with the Stonk? Okay, so which couple helped the Stonkers have a hit with the Stonk? Okay, so they made a hit and he called it the Stonk. So which couple sang that Stonk? Okay, we probably have to go over some of them, so pause it and I'm going to give you the answers. Which vocalist called himself the Joan Collins Fan Club? Julian Cleary. And which Rolf Harris's chart hits would you first have heard a didgeridoo? It would have been Timey Kangaroo Down Sport. And how was a Belgian singer Soer better known in Britain? The Singing Nun. Remember she had a hit called Dominique? The Singing Nun. What was the first thing Scaffold said thank you very much for? Thank you very much for the in-tree iron. The in-tree iron. And what song did the Wurzels base their Combine Harvester song on? Brand New Key by Melanie. Laurie Lingo and the Dipsticks had a hit with a spoof version of the song Convoy. They were 2 DJs and you get a point if you name me one of them. It was Paul Burnett or Dave Lee Travis. So if you said any one of them 2, you give yourselves a point. Who got the number 1 in 1958 with Hootsman? Not when there's a moose loose about this house. Lord Rockingham's 11. And which couple helped the Stonkers have a hit with the Stonk? Hale and Pace. Okay, we're moving on to the last round. Under what name was Eric Weiss better known? Okay, so under what name was Eric Weiss better known? Number 2, every year, which invention by Tom Smith becomes a bestseller? Okay, every year, which invention by Tom Smith becomes a bestseller? Everybody knows Tom Smith. Tom Smith, everybody uses his invention once a year anyway. Number 3, which organ in the body produces bile? And number 4, who wrote the novel East of Eden? And number 5, What was the nickname of Julius Marx? What was the nickname of Julius Marx? It's a tough one. Dean or Josie might get this one. I thought this was a tough one. I didn't know it myself, this one. Who was a famous sister of Lee Radziwill Ross? Who was a famous sister of Lee Radziwill Ross? That's Radziwill. Lee Radziwill Ross. Number 7. From which film did John Wayne get his only Oscar? And the last one in this round is, what is the Pentateuch, or the Pentateuch? What is the Pentateuch? Right, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's getting harder to get 40 questions every week. So pause it and I'm going to give you the answers and let me know what scores you got. Under what name was Eric Weiss better known? Harry Houdini. Every year, which invention by Tom Smith becomes a bestseller? Christmas crackers. Which organ in the body produces bile? Liver. And who wrote the novel East of Eden? John Steinbeck. And what was the nickname of Julius Marx? Groucho. And who was the famous sister of Lee Radziwill Ross? Jackie Kennedy Onassis. And which film did John Wayne win his only Oscar? True Grit. And what is the Pentateuch? It is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. They couldn't get the camera angle right. I tried putting it in this toilet the angle attacked the camera up and it kept falling. After the first 3 minutes it kept falling down, so I had to start over again. Just put it on the table. Right, hope you've done well there. I'm hoping you just get at least 25 to 28. And I'll catch you again the next time I do this. Okay, have a good weekend.